Howdy folks, and welcome to another installment of Vermont State University here on College Football Revamped. I'm Cody Shalfu, Tisbury, 33 games, and we had a very anticlimactic start to our conference schedule. Game froze, and we had to kind of sim, but now we have week 2 in the conference, week 8 in the conference. We're going against Eastern Michigan. Let's check some stuff going on around campus. Here's a little recruiting update, and boy, this is a good one. As we scroll all the way down, we got players. Vincent Collier, who we are looking at probably to play running back for us, he is committed at 76 overall. Dan Mosley, another JUCO guy, 2-star from New York, had interest in us, and we definitely had interest in him. We beat schools like Syracuse, Rutgers, Buffalo, and Army. Rodney Young we knew about. Marshall Brown, I believe, is new. Lance Kelly, he's an exciting offensive line prospect as well. And a few more of these guys: Andy Harris, Jacob Brooks, Jeremy Stevens, and Calvin Jackson. Now, these names are cool. Some of these players will definitely get edited. Some will get new names. Some will get new kind of looks. Like cornerbacks, we don't see many white corners anymore. I don't think we really have any. So he'll probably be changed. Some of these guys who have kind of bland names, Dan Mosley, his first name might get changed. I have a Google Docs full of all types of fun names and stuff of that nature. So this is kind of what it's looking like as we're going to scroll up. But exciting times here as we have already kind of notched ourselves some good prospects. And here who we're going after at the moment. Again, we're leading all of these battles. And we should have a couple more commitments maybe after this game, so stay tuned. Here's a look at Eastern Michigan, who we're going against today, and they are led by Shane Dowdell as the quarterback on offense. He is a dual threat guy, as you see, leads them in both passing and rushing. Looks like maybe a triple option team, as you saw that fullback has a good amount of rushing yards and things of that nature. And again, another tough one. We're just trying to, again, the goal is to be better than last week, and last week we definitely were not good. I want to put some points on the board. I want to try to get our first 2 touchdown performance, however that happens, whether offensively or defensively. So I'm excited. I'm ready to get going, and we're just going to jump right into this game. Here is week number 8 against Eastern Michigan. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It is Eastern Michigan against Vermont State University here in Vermont State's second bout in Maction, and we're going to get started with Jadon Warren losing 2 yards on the option keeper. Vermont State 0-6 on the season and really hasn't looked good in any of their games so far, and looking to try to just do some little increment improvements, trying to show some recruits, trying to show some of the rest of the nation that they can hang with some of these teams. 3rd and 7 now, trying to keep the drive alive, and they can't, as Warren is going to have an incomplete pass. 4th and 7, and the punt was blocked. We pick it up here on 1st and goal, and Shane Dowdell, a rush touchdown, and it took him 1 play, 1 yard, and already up 7 points. So just like that, everything's starting the way everything's been going for Vermont State. Poorly, that to say the least. Jadon Warren's going to pass over here to Jackson Brown. 39 yards on this good break on the top of the route. Shakes the safety. Picks up just about 40 yards and one of the longest passing plays and longest plays of the year for the Blue Jays right there. You see a little shimmy shake, and Brown gets open. That's going to set up a 1st and 10 as he muscles his way past the safety, trying to get those extra yards. Really good throw, really good catch. So 1st and 10, pick it up right on the next play. It's going to be Alan Carter. They're going to go read option. Carter gets his name called, and he'll pick up 7 yards and only 3 away from the 1st down. 2nd and 3, Warren going to get to the other Brown, Brandon Brown, 4 yards, moves the sticks. And here's Vermont State rolling a little bit. 3rd and 9, again, trying to keep the drive alive. They failed on their first drive. This one almost intercepted over the middle. Trying to get the slot receiver, and that will set up a field goal, and 7-3. Here's Johnny Mills, first time we called his name, and he's going to be tackled for a loss. Really no gain by Deron Clark. 3rd and 3 now. Dowdell looks, and sitting right at the first down markers, Johnny Mills. He'll pick up 4. Only needed a 3, so move the chains. Dowdell, option keeper. You see a man on his back, and here goes Shane Dowdell. He's going to pick up 18 on that scamper. Dowdell again, back to pass. He's going to run it again. Very good with the legs, as you've seen. Has rushed all over this Vermont State University defense and does it again there. Picks up another first down. 2nd and 4, 2:22 on the clock. Dowdell passes, and that's intercepted. Isaiah Concepcion steps in front of the receiver and gets the interception. First forced turnover for the Blue Jays today, and they've been steadily getting at least 1 or 2 turnovers forced every week. So some glimmers of hope. And Concepcion picks up the interception. Coach Holmes proud of his boys. 3rd and 6 now with 1:20 left in the first quarter. Carter's going to get the screen pass. Just gets down right before the marker. 4th and 1. They will punt again. Actually, they won't punt again. They will run it up the middle, and Carter gets a few yards, 8 yards to be exact, and only needed 1. So good play call, good aggressive play call by Coach Holmes. Again, we've seen him do some fun stuff. Warren, 3rd and 4, and just overthrows the receiver. It looked like Aaron Franklin he was going for. But they'll stay out again on 4th and 4 this time. Warren looks like the same route, same play, and different results. This time Franklin catches the ball, gets 5 yards, and the first down. So 2 4th down conversions here for the Blue Jays, and they've been getting much more aggressive as each week goes by. Fun play call. Kalon Foster on the wide receiver option pitch picks up 8 yards. With Warren in the game, they are able to use a lot of these option runs, and so they'll do the same thing, just reverse sides, as Carter goes right up the middle, gashes the Eagles defense for 10 yards. You've seen Warren be hurt, and Dudley isn't exactly as good of a runner. As you see here, Warren on the keeper gets 9 yards after losing 7 on that first play. 3rd and 8, right back to it. Warren slings it. Oh, great anticipation. Hassan Everett picks up the first down, 13 yards for the running back who's lined up in the slot there. 1st and goal. We're in the second quarter now, and Warren, his first rushing touchdown of the year, the first rushing touchdown of the year for a Blue Jay. And we have ourselves the first lead in Blue Jays history at the FBS level. See how long that lasts. Eastern Michigan with the ball now, trying to answer, and Dowdell answers nicely with a 17-yard run on 2nd and 4 to get the first down. 2nd and 2 now, designed quarterback run, and he is going to get a bunch of yards and now make it 81 rushing yards total, 75 of those coming from the quarterback. They're going to go no huddle. Again, another team back-to-back weeks that Vermont State has to keep their defense out there for long periods of time. Dowdell going to take off, but not before he's met in the backfield, and that's a sack. Tony Jenkins gets to him, and his first tackle for loss, and sack on that same play. Dowdell pumps, looks, going to fire crossbody, incomplete. 2 Blue Jays in the area. And luckily for Dowdell and Eastern Michigan, that wasn't picked off. Vermont State now, after the Eagles tied up the game with a field goal, take off. Goes for the first down, but
rolling over on his back. It looks like Warren is hurt, grabbing at that knee. Alan Carter, nice little spin, breaks a tackle in the backfield, and we've seen Carter do a lot of cardio just to get a few yards, and that trend continues there. Dudley on 3rd and 7, he's running. Has some athleticism again, doesn't have as much as Warren does. That's going to be 4th and 5 and set up a punt. Johnny Mills gets the handoff. He cuts back left, stiff arms a man, re-engages with Drew Wade and shakes off the tackle a second time. 23 yards for Johnny Mills. Dowdell sets up a screen, moves to his right, gets it back across his body. Mills catches it, doesn't quite get the first down, and there's a flag on the play. This is going to be clipping on Eastern Michigan, so what was a 4th and 3 is going to stay a 4th and 3 just about and set up a punt. Dudley, his first real pass attempt, and that's going to go to Darren Washington for 23 yards. Those two hooked up a couple times in the past few weeks. And the next play, that's intercepted Miller with it. And that's what you're going to get with Darvion Dudley, especially coming off the bench cold. Doesn't exactly have the best arm talent, and basically a pick right to 42 in white. Dowdell on 1st and 10. He is sacked. Brought down on the defensive back blitz. And it'll be a 1st and 10 after getting that first down yardage back. And Dowdell surveys, goes to Steve Lester on the right side, and he'll going to pick up 23 yards. First and 10, you see Ulysses Jackson is going to be out for a little bit. Had the wind knocked out of him. And Clark, another tackle for loss. He's going to wrap up Dowdell, trying to sweep it to the left side. Second tackle for loss for Clark, and Eagles are going to get right back into position. Dowdell again, and this time he's sacked. Reggie Smith able to lose 6 on the play, and with time running down in the first half, they're going to go right back to the line. Dowdell needs to get 17 to keep this drive alive, and he misses his receiver, and it hits right in front of Drew Wade. And that's going to be the first half. It's a tie ball game, folks. We've gone through 16 minutes of play, and so far, Vermont State isn't down 30 touchdowns like we've seen them in weeks past. We'll be right back for second half action after this. And here's some stats for the first half. Balanced, both teams, in Vermont State has really dominated the time of possession, but 4 turnovers could come back to haunt them. 3rd and 6, about 40 seconds into the third quarter. Eastern Michigan up 3. Dowdell moves around and fires for the first down, but dropped. Johnny Mills dropped that one. And now Vermont State can kind of try to march down the field and take the lead. 3rd and 7. See which way Dudley wants to go with it. Gonna sling it and way overshot his target. And Miller again with his second pick. And another turnover for the Blue Jays. Shortly after, however, 6.5 minutes left to go. And that's Jason McKinley intercepting Dowdell and gets tackled immediately, but they're going to trade turnovers. So costly turnover for Vermont State, but they get it right back. Their second forced in, their second interception of the game. 2nd and 2, just needs a few yards, and they're going to get them as Brown, that's Jackson Brown, sheds a tackler and then fights his way up for about 8 yards. Gets the first down. Dudley, 2 for 6, 31 yards passing, but 3 interceptions already. So half of his pass attempts are going to Eastern Michigan. Darren Washington on the wide receiver pitch. He's going to fight his way for 2nd and inches, 10 yards gained. Now after an incomplete pass, it's going to be 3rd and inches. They're going to give it right to Carter, and he is stuffed. 5-yard loss on the play. Defensive tackle Brian Fontenot got right through the offensive line immediately and dropped Carter. 4th and 5, they're going to stay out there. It's going to be Kayvon Foster over the middle, and he's going to pick up 9 yards. So their 3rd 4th down conversion in this game alone picks up the 1st down. Another 2nd and inches situation as Vermont State trying to tie this game up, potentially take the lead, and they are marching right down this field. Carter, spin move, gets by a defender. Again, a lot of acrobatics in the backfield just to pick up a short gain, and he'll go for 4 yards on that 1st down run. 1st and 10, Foster out right, Hill out left. They're going to connect with Foster on the curl, and he lost the football. And this is on the ground, and this is picked up by Eastern Michigan. And another costly turnover right inside the 10-yard line. And what could have been a guaranteed 3 points now ends up in an empty trip. And here come the Eagles. It's going to be a pass to Watkins in a face mask against John Richwalski. Saw him come in at the end. So not only get the 1st down anyway, tack on an extra 15. Shane Dowdell is going to keep the option this time. He's going to knife through the Vermont State defense. A lot of blue in front. And coming into the frame late, that defensive back, and that's a huge game. 125 yards already for Dowdell. Now Joey Johnson, the fullback, gets into it, and we kind of mentioned before this could be a triple option team with the way the fullback gets involved, but no, they just kind of just use them. So Joey Johnson is going to get in there on the fullback carry, and it's going to be 19-10 Eastern Michigan up ahead. After missing an extra point, it's going to stay 19-10. 3rd and 7. Vermont State, unfamiliar territory, 3rd quarter, and it's not already a blowout. They're still in this one, and that is a brave rush and a brave scramble by Dudley. Could have been disastrous getting tackled that far into the backfield, but able to evade a defender and get himself the 1st down yardage. Son Everett, get out of my way, gets 6 yards the hard way, and is popped at the end there, but keeps the football. 8 rushing yards for him on the day. That drive stalls, however. Dowdell gets 12, and that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. And that's the last play we've seen by both teams. And Vermont State, again, unfamiliar territory. They're not out of this game. They still have a quarter and a 4th quarter that it's going to be meaningful football played. We'll see how they respond. Dowdell passes. That's Justin Jones, 16 yards. I think his first catch of the day, and that's a very acrobatic one. Dowdell on the draw. Going to get tackled by David James, 6 yards. That's going to force a punt. Dudley 2nd and 10 over to Brandon Brown. Spinning more than the laundry machine. And it's going to get 3rd and 4. This is a crucial 3rd down. If they don't pick this up, it's not close enough to midfield where they can justify going for it. Still in this game, Dudley to Brown's broken up last minute. Jackson Brown couldn't hang on, and they were going to have to punt. So Twins to both sides. And over the middle, that's Steve Lester for 15 yards and a 1st down. And every 1st down, the clock keeps ticking. The chains keep moving. Another 3rd down situation. This could help Vermont State get the football back. And Kyle Ryan over the middle on the slant picks up the necessary yardage, 14 yards, only needed 8. Again, another drive where Vermont State could have had him. Dowdell sacked by Sheldrick Landry for a loss of 7, sets up 2nd and 17. Only a field goal will come out of this drive. So down 12, Vermont State is going to get the ball back. Let's see how they respond. They do have 4.5 minutes, so enough for 1 or 2 more drives. 3.5 minutes now, and a misfire over the middle. Intercepted. That's ball. Getting the ball back for Eastern Michigan. That's the 6th turnover of the day. 4th interception for Dudley, and that's about going to do it. Vermont State is going to allow another touchdown. Adam James comes in later and fools around, but that's your ball game. 29-10. Again, Shane Dowdell adds another touchdown at 2 total touchdowns, 150 yards passing and 150 yards rushing. Vermont State, despite the loss, another one, 0-7 to begin the season. They have played well, and they played really well today. They kept themselves in it, and we're going to hear from Coach Holmes in just a moment, talking about his team, his performance, and their effort here. Don't go anywhere. Still have to hear from Coach Holmes. Coach, despite the loss, a good effort, a better game, the best game you've probably seen all year in terms of it being close. What does that have to say about your team and their resilience? Yeah, we've been just getting kicked around left and right all year, and this is great, especially a conference game, to show that we can play, we can hang with the guys that we're supposed to play a couple times a year, and it's fantastic. It's great. I love the men. I love what they showed offensively. Still a lot of work to do, and this is really a big win for our defense. 4 sacks for them, couple interceptions, and just ready to keep going. Coach, another week, another Jadon Warren injury, and then also now Darvion Dudley still struggling a little bit. When is there going to be a quarterback switch? You're going to let Adam James get some run, or is this going to be Darvion Dudley's show for as long as Warren is out? Yeah, I think Warren's going to miss a week or two, and we haven't decided yet what that is going to be. Obviously, Darvion has gotten most of the second-team reps all year and has been the guy to come in after an injury, but I think Adam can throw the football as well, and he played a little bit today towards the end, and after a performance like that, I know Darvion knows he has to do better. I know we expect better of him. He expects better of him. So I'll have to play it by ear, but as of right now, I expect Darvion to be taking the first team snaps with Warren out, and then once Warren is healthy, I think we've seen this is a totally different football team when our leader, our quarterback, our captain is healthy and he's ready to go. So we'll just have to kind of play it by ear. Coach, what can you say about quarterback Shane Dowdell? He did everything passing and running the football. Well, what can you say about him and his performance? Yeah, Shane's one of the better quarterbacks we're going to face all year. We tried our best to kind of keep him contained. I think passing the ball, we did a really good job at limiting him through the air. Excuse me, a sip of water there. But rushing the ball, he was a factor all night. Picking up third downs, picking up, keeping drives alive, keeping our defense on their toes. Couldn't really commit to man, but also couldn't really commit to zone. Top player is where you're going to get top results.
So the end against Eastern Michigan put up a good show, but couldn't really close it out. Here are some fun upsets around college football right now. Rutgers ranked ahead of Michigan. They beat them. Tulane goes into the bounce house and takes down a number 10 in the country, top 10 team in the country in UCF. Clemson goes down to Boston College on Chestnut Hill. Texas takes care of business. Alabama rolls over Arkansas. So that will end it here for Vermont State. Again, a tough loss, but again, if you look at the score, a lot better than we played in previous weeks. In the MAC, we pick up not exactly a win, but we show that we can kind of hang around. This was a very tight game at halftime. Just some poor interceptions, some poor mistakes at the end. Really cut into it. Next episode, we're going to go, just keep it rolling. We had a lot of recruits visit here against Eastern Michigan, see if some of them commit to the Blue Jays and Coach Holmes. And so that's going to do it here. I'm Cody Shalfu, Tisbury 33 Games. Make sure to like, subscribe, check down the links in the description for my Twitter and my broadcasting channel. And we'll see you next time here at Vermont State University.